constant support like I've had too. Because I know what that's like with that kind of the recurring situation. It does come up again, like opportunities come up again, and if you don't do it, it's going to happen to you. You're going to have outbreaks that last a long time or come. If you don't have someone to remind you that it doesn't have to happen or that it doesn't mean you're bad, you can still make it go away. But, yeah.
Well, you never had another outbreak after you cured your herpes.
I've had. I just
really?
The other day, I had a blister. I don't know if that's a herpes, but I had a cold sore.
Oh, that is? You mean you had one the other day?
Yep, for the first time since a while, and it was the same stuff was going on. It was all interpersonal, related to esteem and sexuality. And
what did you do?
What did I do for it? I just let it heal. Actually, I didn't do Immunics for the first 2 or 3 days, and last night I did Immunics, and now it's gone. But like I just got bummed out. I thought, oh, my immune system just blew itself out because I was so stressed out.
So you mean you let yourself get sick?
I let myself get pushed under, sort of.
Well, here's the interesting thing, though, is that you got a negative medical test on herpes about, I guess must have been, I remember, you told me about it, I think more like, something like 4 years ago.
Yeah, 4 years ago.
So you got a negative medical test and then you had an outbreak, which shows you that you did not cure your herpes. You cured it to the point where you got a negative medical test, but you did not cure it to the point where it was really gone.
Yeah.
See, I haven't had an outbreak of herpes since 1993.
Well, the last one was 1994. And I never, and it was just...
You mean you had an outbreak in 1994, and then the next one you had was a few days ago?
Yeah. No, yeah. It's really funny is I got in the exact same place and in the exact same sort of circumstances were happening in my life.
Oh, you know what, Barb? I got news for you. In addition to letting everything else go down, somebody you know has herpes.
So you know,
you've recontracted the disease.
Maybe.
Yep,
somebody that I've been with, or somebody that
yes, you have had sex with somebody who had herpes.
Gross.
And so now you have to go through the entire curing procedure from start to finish all over again.
Oh my. Yep, I had one since 1994.
You have to do the entire. You have to cure it like from the beginning.
Huh. Because
the herpes, this lip herpes that you have, is a cofactor in heart disease, Alzheimer's, cancer. This is medically, by the way, this is medically tested. That's what the research on the web says.
That stresses the heart.
So you better get right on this. You have to test for it immediately and take it out, okay?
Okay.
The faster you catch it, the more likely it will be to stay away, and you have to do it every time it's there. And if you can go without it for 3 months, it's gone.
Okay.
Hey, can I tell you a little story?
Mm-hmm.
I think you were there. It was the course we did in Philadelphia for Immunics Masters in 1994. And we were coming back from a break, and one of the women from Silver City, who I'm sure you remember, she was the one with
Dr. Barbara James.
No, not Barbara. This woman had a camper. She was a heavyset woman who had a camper.
Oh yeah.
But she didn't bring her camper to Philadelphia. She flew, you know. But she had a. Remember what? Do you remember her name?
Yeah. And what was her name? We met her at Elho's, all that money. We got her name, kind of a cowgirl.
Yeah. Well, anyway, okay. So anyway, we were coming back from the break. I was teaching this course, and I'm standing there waiting for the students to go into the room and sit down so that I could come in, take my seat, and start teaching.
Yeah.
And this woman came over to me, and she said that she was accessing my gravitational body.
Wow.
And she found, because you can access somebody else's gravitational body just like your own.
Mm-hmm.
And she found what looked like a little metal sliver.
Right.
You remember this story?
I remember you telling me. Yeah, I remember this whole idea of metal in the bodies, and it was interesting.
Well, let me finish the story because the viewers haven't heard it, and this movie's for them, not us. So she said the sliver. See where I'm putting my finger? Right here on my tooth. It was between the place in the gravitational body that controlled the DNA codes for these teeth. I mean, the gum and bone between these teeth.
I mean, she isolated actually where she saw this thing.
With a part of the physical body that it was affecting. Now, I had been having what seemed like a gum infection, you know, although I never really had too many bacteria, but there was no smell, no outward sign of bacteria, but it felt like there was that kind of aching in that place, you know, that there was something stuck in there. And that had been going on for years, actually. And I thought, gee, that's funny, you know, because I thought she was nuts. Frankly, I didn't. See, I have as much trouble believing this stuff as anybody else, you know. So I thought, she doesn't know what she's talking about. But I did say to myself, wait a minute, you know, you've had trouble with that spot for a long time. So I told her about it. And she said, yeah, well, just take it out of your gravitational body and it will be okay.
Wow.
And whatever that thing is, over the years, it has reoccurred, and it doesn't seem to have any rhyme or reason. Like, I'll take it out, and it will be gone for years.
Right.
And then I'll feel that bad feeling between those two teeth. And I go into my gravitational body and find that their thing is back. And I take it out, and within a few minutes, the sensation disappears, and then it's gone for another year or so, or whatever. You know, I don't have to think about it. And I never figured out how to cure it or make it stay away permanently. So all I do is I just, whenever it's around, I take it out. That's all I can do, right?
Yeah. I remember that.
So now you got some diseases to cure, Barb.
The gift of a disease.
Something to practice on. You got some new diseases to practice on.
I need to cure it after I've already cured it. I did cure this thing yesterday, so now I'll just take out any other.
Well, you have to keep taking it out so it's not in your DNA. It's not enough to cure it so that the symptoms disappear.
Yeah.
You actually have to cure the herpes so that the herpes disappears from your DNA.